short review.
Quick review Thursday.
Sorry, quick review Thursday. I get them all confused.
Yeah, we do a lot of these shows.
Mm-hmm. And today we watched a movie called.
Before then, tell us who we are.
Oh, well, yes, it's your old pal the Moo Cow, and I'm here with
Jonathan Moody.
Sorry, my brains are scrambled after watching this terrible movie. A movie from 2018 called Selfie Man.
Selfie Man!
So ridiculous. And I just watched this thing, and I can't tell you what the hell's going on with it. I guess you're not supposed to take 13 selfies in a row, or else Selfie Man will get you.
No, I don't think that's a real thing.
No, it's not a real thing.
I mean, I'm just saying I don't even think that's an urban legend.
No, it's not.
It's just because apparently this also involves. Okay, so most of the movie takes place like with these people trying to figure this out. So this girl was doing research on the dark web. She came across Selfie Man, I guess, or something.
She doesn't even say that. She just something about the dark web.
Well, she was doing selfies from hell, which I don't even understand what that meant.
Well, that's the name of the director made a couple of shorts called Selfies from Hell, and I think that's where this all comes from.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he made these, and then he decided to make Selfie Man, I guess, which involves these selfies from hell.
I didn't even know that.
So they're selfies from hell, and I guess she gets involved in that, but we don't really know because the girl involved spends the entire movie catatonic in bed, not in the hospital because God forbid they take her to the hospital.
Which I was like telling him because he looks over and goes, "Why don't they take her to the hospital?" I go, "They couldn't afford a hospital, and they could afford the outside of a hospital for like 10 seconds." So
yeah,
so they could have had her go to the hospital, but then they wouldn't have the scenes where she wakes up.
Yeah, they finally take her there, and they're like, "Oh, her organs are failing." I'm like, "Yeah, too bad you didn't take her there fucking earlier."
No, she was dead. Apparently, she was all over the internet. It said like, she's dead. Julia, blah blah blah. How did Julia die? All this stuff. It was so fucking confusing. Like, I'm sorry. I forgot what the director's name was. It was
Erland Ceylan.
Yeah, I don't know. He terrible, dude. I mean, sorry. This is
the
bad.
writing was all over the place.
Yeah.
I have no clue what this movie is
No
about.
idea.
Nothing went from A to B to C. It was just ridiculous. I can't even tell you really what it's about.
It went from like A to Z to B to D to everywhere else.
There's this chick named Hannah. This
cute girl, played by Allison Walker.
Yeah,
yeah.
So she's the main person, and her Julia is the Mila Adams. She's the catatonic friend who did the research.
cousin.
Yeah, cousin.
Her cousin Julia.
She shows up. Her wannabe boyfriend is Trevor. I guess they just cyber-stalk each other or something.
They sort of work in the same building.
Don't ask me what job
because apparently I don't know what
I thought they were students.
You even saw when they were at his house he had a bunch of books and that looked like he was a student.
Well, Hannah's not very bright. She does a lot of very stupid things, so I can't imagine what she's going to be hired for. Don't ask me.
I don't know.
She's too young and too stupid to do anything. I mean, I guess that's millennials for you.
Well, no. You said she was old. She looked like she was 40.
No. That's Julia. That's the other person.
Okay.
She's the one who looks older.
Okay.
But yeah, no. Julia is. Hannah's the main person. She just makes a lot of dumb decisions. For example, the whole thing with the dark web, where the guy's like, "Well, for whatever you do, don't give out any of your personal information." So
that's what Trevor says.
Yeah, so of course she gives out all his personal information, and then he asks, "You didn't give out any personal information, did you?" She was like, "No."
No, but there's just like long pause and thinking about it.
That'll help. Lying to the one person who can tell you what's going on.
All right.
Which she does constantly.
Yeah, she'll constantly lie. She'll say, "Oh, I need to go to bed," even though she knows.
You didn't do X, Y, or Z, did you? Well, I did actually all three of them, but I'm going to tell you, no, I didn't do that.
It's like lying to a shrink or something.
So stupid. Why would you be? I don't know. And then just stuff gets more and more confusing from here. I don't know who the hang guy was. I didn't know if that's the guy who was on the phone or the bald guy that captures her. or if that's all Selfie Man. I don't know what any of these people are or what's going on.
There's a guy named Ian Butcher. I'm guessing that's the guy that kidnaps them, right?
That's the phone guy. That's the guy who like calls her on the phone.
Okay, so who's the other guy then? I thought that was the same guy.
No.
No, I think it is. I think it's the same guy.
I don't think so.
I think so, because I think he knew where she lived. He like stalked her, and then he even asked for her
Everybody
address.
knew where she lived because she gave her out information to everyone.
I know. I think that's the same guy because there's no other characters up there. Like the Selfie
Process
Man,
of elimination.
Tyler Smith.
So what the fuck was Selfie Man then?
I don't know. That was the thing that really, really, really annoyed me of this movie was that like Selfie Man, you know, for a movie called Selfie Man, I was thinking that Selfie Man will pop up and like, you know, you watch those movies where like it's a bunch of teens playing. Like, have you guys ever played Selfie Man?
No,
you know, if you take 13 selfies in a row, he'll show up and kill you, right?
See, you added in a row. They never said anything about in a row.
They didn't, but like, take 13 selfies? Come on. It's like, that's not, I mean, what?
It's lame.
People take way more than 13 selfies all the fucking time.
You sure do.
I know. I'm one of them. And I don't understand, like,
Selfie Man
that's
didn't
what I'm
get you?
That's what I'm thinking, that if I did it in a row, you know, Selfie Man would come after me. You know?
I guess. Why?
It's an urban legend, man.
Why
does Candyman come in?
Does Selfie Man have nothing else better to do?
Right. If you say Candyman 5 times in the mirror and Candyman pops up, does Candyman have anything better to do?
What the fuck do you do all day, Candyman? You just sit around waiting for somebody to say, I mean, that's just, don't you have a job?
It's 5
Don't you have a hobby? The fuck?
But, it just makes me think of like the what is it, the South Park episode with Biggie, where he's like, they call his name like Biggie Smalls, and they say it, all of a sudden he pops up in the mirror, he's like, motherfucker, I was just having a good day, and then you had to call me. Like,
right. These urban legend things are so stupid.
They're silly.
They're dumb. They're just not fun.
They are fun. Generally, most of them are fun. Candyman is fun. Bloody Mary can be fun, like depending on how you do it. That's the problem with this movie, is there wasn't enough Selfie Man.
See, the thing is, there's no danger in any of these things. You know, Bloody Mary will kill you if you say her name 5 times in the mirror. Well, then don't.
Right.
You're safe.
Yeah,
Nothing
but
can happen.
It's how they get into the movie and how they get it to work. Is that it's like morbid curiosity. Like, if I actually said his name, would he actually appear? You know, I've even wondered that shit too.
No, of course not.
I know, but it would be fun.
And then what's worse is that the movie breaks its own rules because, you know, she was like going to do all these selfies. The one guy, the bald guy that captured him, he starts, I'll get 13 selfies. You took the pictures. That's not a selfie. You have to take your own picture for it to be a selfie. That's
like,
bullshit.
if I took a picture of him, that's me taking a picture of him.
Exactly.
That's not a selfie. But if I take a picture of me,
boo,
you know, that's a selfie.
Boo! Broke your own rules, movie.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So yeah, there was
Where's
not
monkey?
There was not
Where's
enough.
Your continuity
He's
monkey?
hiding. There was not enough attention paid to the script. It was just not very well done. It was very half-baked.
The writer-director guy did a fantastic job. I think he's a guy.
Yes.
I'm going to guess by that name. But I will say that he did a fantastic job in the direction, period. Like,
it was all right.
The shots were good.
There's some good shots.
You know, just the setups, everything. Some of the creepiness. You even pointed out that there was like a really creepy shadow. And you wanted me to remind you about of a plant.
Right.
And it looked great. There was some really creepy atmospheric shots. So maybe you should have just hired somebody to write it.
Or somebody to fucking edit it or
look over it. Paul will do that shit for free and make sure that your movies don't look like this.
And what did we come up with? We said, why do these people don't have a gun? Why are they doing all this stuff? And they're like, why didn't we just make the character a cop or a private investigator? That would have solved so many problems.
Well, you're also saying the triangulation thing. They try to say like, oh, I triangulated your cell phone
just do that
stuff, and you can't just go and do that. Like, you have to get order by the court, and it's basically an invasion of privacy.
Right. I mean, I'm not even sure you can do that to your kids' phones at this point.
They could have had a Find My Phone app, you know, or whatever. And
fine. That's Find Your Phone.
Yeah, that's Find Your Phone app.
Right.
That's probably not even allowed, really, you know. So, like, no, shouldn't be doing that. But, like, when he said that, I said, well, if they had just made him a cop, then he'd have every right to be able to access that
Somebody
shit.
had put more thought
because he'd be investigating this stuff. But what would he be investigating? A girl that's basically in a catatonic state, you know, or whatever, half the time. Otherwise, she's just going, rah!
I know.
And jumping up.
So how is Selfie Man? I mean, what does that even have to do with Selfie Man? Has he possessed her? I don't understand what's going on. It makes no sense.
It ends in complete confusion.
And like a dream thing.
No, it was supposed to be like a dream thing, but it was like telling them that this is them trapped in their like death or something or whatever. I don't know.
I guess it's as good as mine.
It's so confusing.
Yeah.
I thought they were in like heaven. I was like, oh, they're dead. And then I'm like, nope, they're in like some kind of limbo.
So who the fuck was the hanged guy that they decided to let themselves get strangled?
He was Selfie Man, I think.
That was Selfie Man?
I think so.
I thought the weird bald creature
I know, it was.
Selfie Man.
That's the Selfie Man in the ghost form.
Oh, that's him in selfie form?
No, yeah, that's him in like ghost form.
It sounds...
But the other hanged man, I think, is the real guy. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. That's what I was guessing. Sense. I could be wrong. If you know the answer, please write below. Let us know. Comment.
Write it on a $20 bill and send it to us, and we will put your answer up later because we have no idea.
On a $20 bill.
Yeah, or 50. We'll take a 50 too.
I'll take 100. We'll take a Benjamin. But no, so I feel like we deserve money for watching this movie all the way through.
We need answers. What the hell happened here? This movie is so weird.
And like all the actors did a fantastic job.
Yeah, they were
like,
fine.
No problems whatsoever. They handled it with grace, and you know, maybe the thing is, maybe like the script made sense when they were doing it, you know, and just something got lost in the translation.
You know how it is.
Like,
most scripts are not shot chronologically, so when you're done, like little chunks like that aren't connected, you have no context, so you really can't tell. You're kind of assuming or hoping that the writer on the back end made sense, and that the editor later will edit it together to make it have some sense.
But we were calling the bald guy Exposition Man.
Exposition Man.
Because that's all he did. Like at one point, he's just blurted out, you know, all the shit about it. And there was stuff about the black room and the red room and the dark web, and all this shit and it was like people. She was just chatting with people. Hey, do you know this? Do you know this? And she got really upset real quickly when nobody responded in 2 seconds. Like, you know, she waited like 2 seconds. Like, damn it! She walked away, and I was like, and Paul was like, yeah, you got mad because you couldn't wait, you know, 2 more seconds, you know, or whatever.
So ridiculous.
You know, which it took about 5 more seconds, and then all of a sudden somebody chimed. Because you knew that was going to happen. The problem with this movie is there's way too many cliches that you've seen in like a million other movies.
And you know, if you turn your brain off, you might be okay with some jump scares. And,
yeah.
You know, some creepy shots. That's about
really
it.
Even jump scares at all. Like that's
the
problem.
Yeah.
No, they tried.
They tried.
The problem with The problem with low-budget independent films is when they really try to give you a jump scare, they just can't nail it, you know?
Well, things just don't make sense. Like, there's at one point where Julia is, like, floating over Hannah's head. Mm-hmm. Why? Is it Selfie Man doing that? Is somebody else doing that? Is she possessed by something? Is she not possessed by someone? Is she dead? Is she alive? What the fuck is going on? I have no clue. I don't understand why. So you're so confused. You don't have a chance to be scared or creeped out or anything because nothing makes sense. So it's like I just feel confused.
And one of the worst parts is, okay, so we see when we first meet Julia, she comes up and she is with Hannah, and she goes into like one of the rooms and she starts taking the selfies. Which I thought she had already done before or whatever, but whatever. So she's taking selfies. She doesn't do 13 of them, so I'm guessing she had done,
I guess.
You know, whatever. So she had done all these ones, and then Selfie Man comes after her. And I mean, I thought that was what the whole movie was going to be about. people taking selfies and this thing coming after them, or whatever.
somebody killing you with a selfie stick.
But anyway, the girl does this, and then she's, I guess, put into a catatonic state. Now,
God knows why.
Now, everybody online, whenever she starts looking up the other part, like, because the girl's done Selfies from Hell Part 1, she's looking up Selfies from Hell Part 2, and it pops up saying that she's dead. All these different websites are saying Julia's dead, the death of Julia, you know, blah blah blah. All these blog
and there was a
posts
second,
about it.
there was a second group of selfie thingies that she had to find. She found it, and then that's when Julia gets to be exposition girl and say, "Whatever you do, don't look at the 13 selfies in the black room." It's like, okay, well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, so I guess I won't.
Yep, but we find out later about the black room, which looked like a red room because it was all red.
Yep.
So I don't know. It was confusing.
Watch out for the yellow room because
I know.
Yeah.
People pee in that one.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell. It smells of lemons.
Not very much. Not
know.
to me.
It makes no difference.
That's a different smell to me then.
Stupid. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, the whole movie is weird and stupid and dumb and
garbage.
Yeah, and you meet the doctor. I guess this doctor that's been kind of talking to
some guy,
you know, or whatever about the Selfie Man, to some guy whose face is staticky. So I call him Static Man.
Because why? Because who would do that? Who would do that? Why is that?
I think it was something to do with the bad connection on the thing. That's what I thought.
Or
because
it's supernatural.
Yeah, it's supernatural. You can always say supernatural.
Sure,
whatever.
Why not?
That's your excuse for everything.
Sure, why not?
So there's this like bit with it where the doctor is talking and everything, and what really annoyed me, and he probably drove him nuts, is that there's a scene where like he was talking, and it was obviously just one camera pointed at him, because unless they edited that together and put that into that camera, that's ridiculous. So they're looking at his camera, and it's edited where it would be like there, different sides, different things. I was like, no,
it's like in the pirate movie where, you know, it was supposed to be a security camera from one angle, one camera, but you're seeing multiple shots.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
It's dumb because it's not real.
Don't forget the sugar scene. Remember the sugar scene?
She spilled sugar, and I was like, oh no, she spilled sugar. And then she goes and makes a happy face.
Because that's the first thing you do.
Yeah. Because, like...
as opposed to clean it up.
Yeah.
Or curse that you just spilled a bunch of sugar.
Like, damn it, I just spilled... Like, my day has gotten bad, but now it's gotten worse because I spilled some sugar. So then she puts the happy face, and then the happy face turns into a sad face.
The only reason that scene exists.
And then all these other signs, and I'm like... Wait, is Selfie Man doing that? Like, what is going on here?
Sugar Man is doing it.
Sugar Man.
So
you got Sugar Man, Selfie Man, Exposition Man.
And why not? Because
Static
Selfie
Man
seems to be able to break the laws of physics whenever he feels like it, so why doesn't Selfie Man just rule the world then? That's just so stupid.
Selfie Man for president.
Yeah, ridiculous. I hate when the monster or the ghost or whatever has all the powers in the world. Well, then what the fuck? Why aren't we all dead?
Yeah.
Why isn't it just ruling everything?
Yeah. Like, why is he wasting his time with us?
It's just ridiculous.
You know?
So, you know, the guy has, you know, Erland Ceylon. He's got more of a future as a director, in my opinion, and possibly as a cinematographer. Not so much as a writer. Dude, you gotta work on your craft more.
Maybe if, like I said, maybe some of the things got lost in translation when they were making. But all in all, I think he needs to. I think he needs to proofread.
He directed and wrote it. So if it lost in translation, it went from
him being the
writer to him being the director.
That was his fault.
Yeah.
So he needs to probably either hire a writer or hire a co-writer. Somebody comes in there and helps fix it.
I strongly believe, and I know this is a hard thing to say for a lot of you folks who want to direct, like myself, I think you're probably better off as a director directing somebody else's work first, because then you can concentrate on being a director and not be interfering with the writing part of it and all the other stuff. Because that's a whole other completely different kind of job that you have to do.
Also, sometimes when a short is made, it doesn't need to be turned into a feature.
Yeah, well, there's that too.
I mean, unless, like I said, unless you make the movie all about Selfie Man and people doing, 13 selfies, you know what I mean? Like, don't do 13 selfies or you'll...
13, because that's a bad number.
I love that number, though. You know what? That number's been...
Don't do 666 selfies, because that's a bad number.
It's a lot of selfies.
It's a lot of... Well, you probably take...
I've done probably more, but still, I'm just saying that's a lot of, to think about doing, And
then you have to sit there and count them.
I know. 1 selfie. 2 selfies.
2 selfies. Selfie vampire. How awesome would that be? Every time you take a selfie, the vampire just takes some of your blood, and you get thinner and thinner with each picture. That'd be fun.
Hey!
There you go.
Way to lose weight.
Hey, it would be a lot more fun than this one.
I don't know. Maybe that could be the sequel.
There you go. Selfie vampire. We just wrote a movie. We just wrote a movie better than what we just saw.
All right, you can go make it. Just make it good. What's his name again?
Erland Salem.
Erland. Go make it, but just make it good and hire a co-writer.
There you go.
So we're not trying to diss the movie itself badly.
I am.
If you like this movie,
it wasn't very good.
If you like this movie, I don't know why, but if you did,
mess.
Whatever. Some people like Howard's End.
I liked Howard's End.
I know.
It was a great movie.
I didn't. So.
It's not a hot mess like this is.
Oh no! I didn't dislike it because it was a bad movie. I just didn't like it. Not my cup of tea. But see, this might be somebody's cup of tea. So
God
I don't
almighty,
know.
I can't imagine.
But it wasn't our cup of tea.
No. But you never know. So there you go. So thanks a lot for joining us on this quick review Thursday. Right?
Yes!
Yay,
you got it right
there
one time.
All
you
right.
always say it wrong. But it's okay. Quick review Thursday.
So thank you for joining us, and please join us next time, and we will see you then.
Bye.
Bye. Selfie Man's gonna get us. This is our 13th video.